Hi, I'm Kaylee and welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would share with you a review of our 50 States curriculum by Notgrass. I did a flip through of this at the beginning of the year, but now that we've completed the curriculum, I thought I would just do a little bit more of a review to let you know how we liked it. I did this curriculum with my 9-year-old daughter who is in 4th grade this year. And this is from Notgrass. It's for elementary school levels. And I'll start by showing you what's in the kit or in the bundle. I bought the set that had the literature bundle, but it's not necessary. You don't have to do that. That's optional. The literature bundle has The Adventures of Patty the Beaver, Rabbit Hill, The Cabin Faced West, Soft Rain, Philip of Texas, The Story of George Washington Carver, and The Trumpet of the Swan. Now, if you don't want the literature, you can just buy the set that comes with the textbook. That's how big it is. It comes with an atlas workbook, so this has worksheets in it. It comes with a lesson review. So these are questions for each of the states, and then an answer key and a literature guide, which this I didn't really need too much. We did do both the atlas workbook and the lesson review. With the lesson review, I would just answer these questions with her after we read the lesson orally. I would have her read the questions before I read those pages, and that helped her to be able to catch the answers. Before we started doing that, she didn't always catch the answers, and we would have to go back and reread it. And then after I read it, then I would go back and ask her the questions, and she would answer them orally. And then she would work in her atlas workbook. So what I really like about the Notgrass textbooks is that every lesson has all the activities at the end of each one. So it tells you, for instance, this is lesson 8. Complete the map activities in the atlas workbook. Read chapter 8 in Rabbit Hill. And the book has a lot of options for creative writing if your child wants to do those. We actually didn't do much of the creative writing since we did some writing in another curriculum, and she just isn't quite there a lot with her writing yet. But you can keep a notebook, and a lot of them will have writing options that you can do. In this book, each week you go over 2 states. The first day is kind of an overview of the state, and that's when you read that'll be when you do the lesson review. And then the next section, or the next part of that state, has a song, and then it has some kind of story, usually about some kind of person from that state. And one of my daughter's favorite parts of this curriculum was the songs. She really likes to listen to the songs and asks to go back and re-listen to several of the songs from previous lessons. So this is designed for you to be able to do 4 lessons a week. So that would be 2 states each week. And it also has a optional activity for, like, you could do it on Friday, or you can do it, it's usually scheduled in here. It might tell you. For instance, this one says hands-on idea, pretend to be statues, but then there's the family activity, make blueberry muffins, recipe on page 18. So at the end of the week, it will have a family activity. This one is making blueberry muffins. So each week has a different family activity, and you can do it on that day. that it's suggested, or maybe you want to do those family activities on Friday because you have an off day and you have more time to do that. Here's another example, doing an art project. Honestly, we did not do a lot of the family activities, mostly because I just didn't get around to getting all the materials and getting those set up this year, being busy with a lot of other things. And but there are several of the activities that my daughter was interested in, and some of them I think we will go back through and do here pretty soon. I actually just bought the material for the Texas project because she has been looking forward to this project all year, been asking, when can we get to Texas? When can we get to Texas? The Texas project is to make a cactus pillow. So we are still going to do that, even though we didn't do it the week that we learned about Texas. I really liked the curriculum. My daughter says she liked it also. Her favorite part about this part would be the songs. She really enjoyed those. The workbook she did on her own. So after I read it, she would go and do the page. I'm not sure, she was not particularly a big fan of doing the workbook. But you would do this side on like the first day of that state, and then this side on the second day of the state. I thought she would like this a lot more because she seems to like art a lot, but I think she likes to make her own art versus coloring somebody else's art. My daughter would tell you she did not really like the questions with the lesson review, but I really like that it had this because I feel like it helped me check that she was paying attention and learning something from what she read. It also does have some tests in the back by the region, and we also just did this orally so that she could just tell me the answers to each of the questions. So my daughter's favorite part of this curriculum was the read alouds. So we really like literature and books in our family. My kids love me to read aloud. Even my older son sat in and listened to all the read alouds, even though he wasn't doing the curriculum. So we did these just as our family read alouds in the evening, and we did not follow the schedule that was in this book. So it tells you what chapter to read for each lesson. But we just read them in the evenings as our family read aloud, and so we'd read on the weekends, or we'd read extra chapters and things like that. So we got through the books a lot quicker than we did the actual curriculum. We really enjoyed all of the books, but all of us agreed that The Trumpet of the Swan was our favorite out of all of the literature books. So I hope that this review will help you make a decision on whether or not this curriculum is right for your family. If you have any other questions about it, something that I missed, just leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching.